Hey guys, this is LG Shaft. With me is the one, the only Bug Rancher.
I ranch bugs.
Well, we are looking at game number 2 between two really awesome players. I'm not going to tell you who they are yet because that's going to be Bug Rancher's job. I am on the bottom left-hand side of the map, so let's hop into this whenever you are ready. Unpause it in 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright. Well, you know what? He's a fighter. He's a European Zerg on the same team as Nerchio.
There we go.
I'm having trouble with that, man. It's an interesting name. But you know what? He got recruited by Team Acer for a reason, and he's gone pretty far in this MSI Pro Cup 11 tournament. He is aAaBsK. And in the bottom right corner, on Shakuras Plateau, we have one of the few masters of TVZ in a dark time for Terrans. We have the winner of the GSL Super Tournament, TSLPolt.
Now, I want to talk about what's going on right here, right now. This is a 2-Racks.
This is a 2-Racks.
And BSK has been doing this style where he's not checking for bunkers, but all of a sudden he is on this map, and he's checking exactly where he needs to, but he doesn't have this Overlord on patrol, and that might end up being an issue. The drone has seen the one Racks. He sees its position, so it may tip him off just a little bit. He's still not seen this other Racks, though. He's going up. Ah, so close, so close. He's going to see it.
He sees it. Yep.
All right.
Well, I'll tell you what's happening here, Shaft. Polt, BSK knows this map, and one of the most popular builds, kind of popularized by, what was his name? He's a Korean Terran, but he lives in North America. Can you think of the name?
I do not know. It doesn't really matter. Tell me what's going on.
It doesn't really matter, but I tell you what he was thinking Polt was trying to do. This map has a short ramp, a very thin ramp, and it's vulnerable to a 3-bunker wall-off, which it looks like Polt is going for. And it's very hard for Zerg to stop. And even if they do stop it, it's hard for them to come out very cost-effective against it. We see BSK pulling all his drones because he knows this is coming. This is Polt playing the map to the fullest.
This is awesome. There are actually lings out on the map now, so these bunkers are going to get canceled. There's a lot of lost mining time here for our Zergy. That was only 25 minerals per bunker there, plus the mining time on the SCVs, but he got 2 of his SCVs out of there, so not really too much loss for him in this game, except for what he cut early on, but he's only 2 harvesters behind, so even that, not such a big deal. Mules will more than make up the difference.
Right, and that is why Terrans love doing this build on this map. It's almost a win-win situation when you can wall off the natural so easy, because if BSK didn't pull all his drones and stop that from going up, the complete wall off, he would have lost his natural hatchery, and tell you what, coming back from that is no easy business, especially against the macro of a Korean GSL champion.
This is one of the most annoying things about this map, and it's exactly what Polt's doing right now. This 3 bunkers on top of this ramp, the Zerg can get no information without sacrificing an Overlord. There's not going to be any possibility for a Ling run by, and even if he were to somehow get up there, there's 3 depots ready to wall off right as well. So any kind of Ling Baneling bust, not going to work against this style. Roach bust, never going to happen. And this is huge. There's actually Marines right now in the natural of BSK. He's killed off the Queen, weakened another one, killing off most of the Ling reinforcements, but eventually the Lings will finish off that last Marine before it can kill the Queen.
Wow. Yeah, for you newer Terran players, what Polt was doing there was trying to minimize the surface area against Zerglings, which are melee-only units. And yeah, like you said, this map, it's it's rough. The Terran can really compartmentalize their natural, just lifting barracks whenever they need to get out, and they have this supply depot in case the pressure breaks through. And it really puts the Zerg in an awkward position. It's easy for late game in this map, which, oh man, Polt has such a lead. It's doubtful we will see it, but it's easy for Terran to split the map too on a map like this. So
absolutely, once you get a planetary fortress on those middle two bases, Zerg can't progress past the Zalnaga towers. Can't really even hold those. But we've got the spine crawler being evaded now by the Marines. Marines are taking a little bit of fire from the Queen, but the drones are going to be forced to pull off yet again. And even if this attack does nothing else, it has already more than paid for itself. Lings are going to be produced. These Lings are not drones, and I know that's kind of obvious, but it's a really big deal as a Zerg player. This hatchery taking a lot of damage now. The spine crawler was nearly finished burrowing, was forced to reposition, and now it's taking a lot of damage. This is going to force the Lings to engage in a really bad position. They could not get any surface area on those Marines, and that is exactly why Polt is hanging out in the back of the mineral field, but he makes a mistake, and the Lings do manage to wrap around and finish off his Marine forces easy peasy.
Oh wow, this is the worst feeling as a Zerg player when stuff like that happens. The Marines get behind the mineral line, they just walk around their spine crawler and lose a Marine or two, and Polt just taking advantage of the game mechanics, keeping the Marines in positions that minimize their surface area to Zerglings, and it looks like Polt is just, oh my gosh, Polt is going 2 Starport Banshee with 2 Tech Labs. This is something that Terrans do when they are in a position where they are ahead, because they know that if you get out Banshees, I'll tell you what, Banshees are a Terran unit that they just will do damage no matter what. You just have to minimize it.
Big Marine attack here at the front of BSK. He is going to manage to hold it off for the moment using these Lings as a shield for the spine crawler. The spine crawler eventually goes down. The Lings are obliterated as well. The Queen is forced to retreat. Now drones are going to be pulled off the line to try to fight, but they cannot get a good concave. We're dying relatively easily. BSK going to pull his units for quite some time, try to get all his units together. He is going to get a wraparound on these Marines, but the Marines are being stutter-stepped and manage to pick off the Queen before they themselves are going to get cleaned up.
Oh man, this is such a rough position for a Zerg player. These constant Marine pressures by Polt are just brilliant for this map. He's just able to take advantage of the fact that BSK has gotten behind. He's trying to just drone hard and play greedy, which is probably the natural Zerg response when you get behind, and just keep doing these continual pressures to keep trading. And these Banshees are in the base, and what can BSK do? The Marines killed almost all the Queens off, and BSK's just left with no anti-air, and what can you do, man?
Absolutely nothing. That was an amazing game. There at the end, we actually saw Polt with a 14 drone lead. It only came down to 6 drones there at the very last second, but that's just saying BSK got a little overconfident and made some drones when he should have been making Queens. And there goes the Rose Garden. Bye-bye. But that game's wrapped up. Oh, sorry, go ahead. You got something to say, man?
Oh, I was just going to say that's the trick to Zerg. Good Zerg play. It's just making the right amount of drones, right amount of units. It's just manipulating that production. It's the way the race works. So you new Zergs out there, I tell you what, perfecting your mechanics, balancing how many drones you produce to how many units, that's how you get to this high-level play, and it looks like BSK just didn't have it compared to this Codes Terran.
True story, man. True story. Well, let's hop right on into this next game. Polt 2-0ing his Zerg opponent. Each game we've seen so far has been 2-0. I am ready to see if anybody can actually manage to take a game off their opponent. All right, guys. Give us a minute, 60 seconds. Hit F5 on the stream, and we will be right back.